Hello, happy witching hour. It's High Priestess Jamila. I wonder if anyone interesting is up with me right now. I've got a few more things that I've got to get done. Uh, and I'm so tired, but I'm gonna drink the rest of this Coca-Cola and get my second wind and then shower and then go to sleep. So I wanted to come and talk about the gray rock method when dealing with narcissists. And because I stumbled upon a couple of videos, I stumbled upon this video on the homepage. I wasn't searching for it, but it was basically this video about narcissists um and the person in the video mentioned the gray rock method. And then, of course, they didn't describe it. So, of course, I went and searched for what the gray rock method is. And so, basically, it is where you ignore them. Um, like if they start something with you. And we all know that when it comes to narcissistic people, they don't talk things out. Rather, they will say something antagonistic or they'll say something just, I guess, insulting, but not in an insulting way. They'll say it like, they'll say something like, I can see that this person is coming in and out of the room, coming in and out. They're going to come back in, flag, falsely flag. Goodness gracious. Go away. I can always tell when they're falsely flagging my channel because what they'll do is they'll come in, thumbs it down, flag it, and then they'll go and come back in through another account and they'll just keep doing that over and over and over again. What a waste of a life. Anyway, don't feed the trolls, Jamila. Don't feed the trolls. So basically the gray rock method is where you don't respond to it. Like you like they're saying antagonistic things to you so that they can get a response, basically. And I guess some people are in situations where they have to deal with a narcissist because they may be married to one. Oh, that's what I was talking about. Like a narcissist, their conversation sometimes is very accusatory. I found this even when you are dating somebody that is narcissistic. Like, I cannot deal with a narcissistic male to date him because I find that they try to talk to you like you're a child. That's what I can't stand that. I'd rather be single. For real, for real. I'm not desperate for love, okay? Not saying that anybody is, because there's some people that I guess they have to deal with narcissistic people for either their survival or whatever it is that they feel that they need to deal with that. But I found that when you're when you're dealing with a narcissist, like in a closely knit type of thing, they are very demeaning, and some of them will even try to say it in a joking manner when it's not a joke. Some things you just don't joke about. So, but otherwise, I'm not around narcissistic people. I'm not. I work from home. I run my own business, but I guess a lot of you guys probably have to go to work and deal with narcissistic people. I refuse to deal with it. I'm a witch. I'll light a skull. Yeah. Anyway, so the gray rock method is where when a narc tries to start something with you, and I guess this person would have to be kind of in your face. So I guess if they come to you and they're like, they say something snarky, narky, okay, you're supposed to say, "Oh, how's the weather?" Or, you know, something kind of casual, don't respond to the drama and say something casual to them. Um, do I think that this would work? Honestly, it depends on what narc you're talking about. Because some narcissistic people can be sociopathic, they can also be very obsessive. And if you have a narcissist that is sociopathic, psychopathic, and they are completely obsessed with you, because we can't assume that, I mean, narcissistic people, I found that you find them, you run into them in social media mainly. And I think that narcs, they have to have a target. I mean, they can be the nicest people to everybody else, until their true colors come out, of course. But as long as a narc has a target, and this is somebody that they have, kind of labeled as their victim, and they are able to, whenever they're feeling any type of way, they are able to attack that person. Okay. So I have found that about them is that they have to have a target. I feel like these people really need therapy, but sadly narcs are so stubborn that they probably rarely get it. Uh, and they're very difficult to deal with because do I feel that the gray rock method is going to work? I think that some narcs make it impossible for you to ignore them. Okay. And so I think that that may work in a professional setting, possibly. But like as far as if you're dealing with, let's say, social media or either a family member or even a partner, that's not going to work. Um, the way that I would rather deal with a narcissist is to tell them how I feel and stick with the subject. And I have found that narcissists do tend to back all the way up. Some of them, when you tell them how you feel about the things that they are doing or saying, um, I don't feel that the gray rock method actually works. Some narcissists are different. They're gonna force that drama. They're forcing it because of course they thrive on drama. And if you are a person that likes drama, that doesn't mean that you're a narcissist. It doesn't. Okay, that doesn't mean that you're a narcissist if you like drama. Just FYI. But I think that for me, I would suggest telling them how you feel, letting them know, hey, your communication is bad. I don't like the way that you're speaking to me. And that if you don't clean it up, I'm going to walk away. Okay. Now, of course, narcissistic people will stalk you, or either they'll have someone else stalk you. Narcissistic people are very, very sneaky and conniving. I have found this about them. Like, if you do check them, if you stand your ground with a narc, What they're going to do is they're going to go to someone else to get them to attack you. That this is like hands down the traits of a narc. It's going to be probably one of their other psychopathic friends, because as soon as you tell a narc, as soon as they feel defeated, as soon as you let them know, hey, and you stand your ground and you put up those boundaries, all of a sudden a bunch of people start attacking you. All of a sudden, a bunch of people, just it's so weird. And they'll sit back in the cut and be quiet, and you're thinking, yeah, but I don't think that they actually consider that you notice patterns. Every single time I fall out with you, all of a sudden I'm being attacked. Every single time I tell you to show some respect, all of a sudden you're getting people to disrespect me. All of a sudden, okay, either their friends or a family member, may start to attack you. Um, so I don't feel that. I think it would depend on what level and degree a narcissist is. I think it depends on that. Narcissistic people actually get used a lot too. I think that the narcissistic people, what I found of the ones that I know, they are very easily put under possession. I found that. So you got to think about it in the spiritual community. This is why somebody that has narcissistic traits is going to very easily be influenced by not even just witchcraft. It can be energy. Okay, they'll turn on you in a heartbeat. And I believe that they kind of don't. Oh, what how do I want to put this? They don't have the ability to stay the same. And then also, you got to understand that narcissistic people typically have other social and mental disorders as well. So it's not just narcissism, it can be other ones like bipolar disorder, it can be schizoaffective disorder. And so I guess if you were just dealing with somebody that was straight up a narcissist and they had some kind of filter on them, like I said, I think that people have different levels. Some of the narcissistic people that I have ran into, just dealing with a regular narc would be a walk in the park, I believe, because, you know, uh, like I said, they will do all that they can to destroy you as a person. They just and so if you just ignore a narcissist, that may work, but the problem is that if there are other things wrong with them, like Othello, okay, they may be jealous. They may be an extremely jealous hearted person, even though they have a lot going for themselves. Their life is great. At least that's what they say, but they still have a jealousy problem. It's like nothing is ever enough. So, uh, they make it difficult to ignore them. They do, and they seem to stalk and never go away. Um, how to deal with a narc? Try to stay away from narcissistic people, but you're gonna need spell work. That's what I think. I think it's gonna take spell work, especially and I'm talking about stuff to just keep them out. A lot of salt, just keep them away to keep their negative energy away from you. Okay, just keep them blocked out. You know what I'm saying? And I think that that would be a good policy with dealing with them. Just ignoring them, yeah, you should do that while at the same time ignoring them. But like I said, narcissistic people, they always make it very difficult, by doing smear campaigns. So I think it depends on what level you're dealing with. Okay. Ultimately, I feel like the only way to deal with a narc is through some kind of baneful magic as well, because some of them, they have a problem with thinking that they are bigger or more than what they are, and that they are some of them actually feel like they're the only person that exists, and everybody else and I don't understand it, because it's really like an oxymoron. Okay, you have a lane and I have a lane, and as long as you stay in your lane, we should be fine. But the problem is that they're always crossing over to your lane. They never stay in their lane. That's the issue. But a lot of them will put themselves in your lane, or either hide in the bushes in your lane, but yet they still feel this grandiose thing to where, even though they are all up in your business, all up in your situation, all up in your Kool-Aid and don't know the flavor, they still feel as though everybody is sort of not there, or don't exist, or they really look at life almost through the scope of the Truman Show. Like they're like it's not real, right? You ever hear people say that? I think it was very dangerous. I think people need to be very careful when they say that, because I've ran across a couple of YouTube videos where the speaker is saying that you live in a world that is false, and things of that nature. And whether or not they're saying that because they're saying that what you're dealing with has been falsely created or whatever, um and you have the power to change it. But I've actually heard some videos where people will sort of say, oh, none of this is real, this is a computer generated world, or I'm not actually here. Stuff like that can be very scary when you're dealing with people. And oh God, you have to be careful with that, man. You have to be careful with that, because we're all here in the flesh. But and that's a part of like this whole disconnection, disassociative, to where they will disconnect from the world around them. Okay. And that's very scary when you're not connected. I couldn't even imagine, you know, walking through life just doing things and thinking, oh, well, that doesn't really exist, so it's okay. Or that's not real. That person's not real. Oh, their kid is not real. None of this is real. It's not real. We're not actually here. We're in a computer program. We're in a matrix. I'm not actually rubbing my leg with my foot. I don't actually feel like I gotta scratch my leg. I don't this None of this is real. And I think that that is some people's experiences. They sort of feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's the way that they feel. They really feel as though it's not real until they end up getting hit with a lawsuit. till somebody sues them for the things that they do. But otherwise, there's some people that really literally feel like none of this is real. It's some kind of video game. Years ago, when I had a channel called Bigotry Free TV. And I don't know, like some people from a long time ago still watch me from then. Y'all remember the blubbering idiot alerts that I used to do on that channel? Oh wow, I remember that. I created my own little intro with like, it was like, I can't remember. I don't know if it was a song, but it was just like a little intro with like fish in the sea floating, and it was like bloop 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 bloop. Anyway, um, God, now I done lost track of what the heck I was saying. I was talking about that on there though. What the heck was I getting ready to say about that? Because I used to talk about that. Oh yeah, how some people, the world to them is like a simulation. They don't actually feel, and that's why you can't be too logical all the time. You have to be able to feel. Okay. But there's, some people, and it's very strange, but, some people literally, and how do I keep forgetting it? It's like a video game to them. Like, like when people are moving and walking around or cars on the highway, like it's literally just like like a video game. You know what I'm saying? I used to talk about that. And I used to also talk about patriarchy a lot, and how I feel like men are turning the world into a scary video game. I don't If you were with me during them days, then you know what I'm talking about. But oh God, I remember them days too. Oh goodness. And so, and so when you think that way, when your perception is so far removed from reality, you may just do anything, you know? People like that, they're subject to do or say anything. So I think that what you have to consider when you're dealing with somebody that's narcissistic is that they may not just be narcissistic. It may be some other stuff going on. Symptoms, social symptoms that they are displaying of that. Okay. I'm gonna light this cigarette. I think I want to go have me some chocolate cream pie. So, if you have to be around a narcissist, I guess you can choose to ignore. I suppose that would be helpful in the workplace. But if you're dealing with people in your personal life, uh, I personally wouldn't be able to be in a relationship with a narcissist. That's why I'm single. And I was thinking about that earlier when I was looking at this video of this woman. She was staying in a hotel with her 4-year-old, and she was dating a 22-year-old, and he came in there and shot both and her daughter. I know I hate to get on this subject. Maybe I'll talk more about this later, but I feel like if you're a single mother, I feel like it's important to focus on being a mother raising your kid. And but I think that again, society puts a lot of pressure on women to have a man, or have a date or something. And society will even try to make it more difficult for women that are single. But in reality, it's best for a woman that's a single mother to stay single to raise her kid, because that man that you're bringing around your children, he's not the father. And yeah, there are the gems out there. There are the good men out there that would be a good stepfather. But, you know, um, there are the times when, you know, people, I don't know, with me, I treat kids, all kids, exactly how I would treat my own. I do. Little babies, and I love babies, and just people. I'm just a people person. I just love people. But some people are not like that. You know what I'm saying? Some people can't treat, children like their own. And so it was so sad hearing about that happened to that lady. I'll share the video to my community wall. God dang, I'm sleepy. Let me get my butt up and do this. Oh God. I'm sleepy as heck. I want to take a shower before I go to sleep though. I'm gonna wash this makeup off and all this stuff. Anyway, um, I think that for the most part, with a narcissist though, if you ignore them and they see that you're purposely ignoring them, they will work very, very hard to get your attention. Keep in mind there is the craft as well. Their psychic abilities, they may be trying to tap in. That's why it's important to protect your energy, not just from it being stolen, but then also it's good to protect your energy from being perverted, meaning that somebody's able to change your energy. Like you may be in a good mood, you may be feeling positive, and then a narcissist is going to try to do something to make you feel some type of way. They can't be ignored. They just don't like being ignored at all, you know or if they've decided, because like I said, narcissistic people will never be truly happy or satisfied unless they feel as though they have destroyed you or some aspect of your life. It's really, really sick. I don't see how, and I feel like some of the stuff that they do, feel like it should land them in jail. They will do things to destroy your life. They will. Okay. And they're just not happy with that. If they feel as though you're moving on with your life, they're going to attack. They got to attack. Okay. When what they need to be doing is just moving on and leaving people alone. But they obviously don't know how to do that. Narcissistic people often stalk people. They do it often. And they always have something snarky to say. They never have anything positive to say. And how you treat other people really reflects on how you feel about yourself. It does. It does. And so they're always in denial about it. Oh, I'm happy and my life is great and I'm this, and that. Well, if it, we all know that that's not the truth, because if it was, why are you attacking people? They'll be on the attack 1 minute, and the next minute, oh, I'm so happy and my life is so wonderful. But you just came out of the blue and attacked somebody that wasn't even thinking about you. And they'll say, oh, you were subliminally attacking me. Um, I was subliminally attacking you. Why do you feel that way? Probably because you were talking about a similar situation. That's just like when I come on here and say, oh, a narcissistic smear campaign, or if somebody told lies on you. A narc and a sociopathic narc, they gonna get all up in arms. They're gonna get up in arms because they lied on you. They did you wrong. They're doing things. And so, but you may not even be talking about them. You're just, good morning, one EQ sis. I am so sleepy. It is ridiculous. Well, I've been going to bed at like 12. So normally I would have been asleep, but I could literally fall asleep any second right now. I don't know why I wanted to come and say that. I tell you what the gray rock method is. I'll tell you what that is. You take a voodoo doll of the narc and you stick it in a bottle with a rock, with a gray rock. There you go. Bam. Like do some witchcraft on them. That's how I feel about it. Because they don't let you ignore them. Can't just ignore them. They're gonna go nuts. They're gonna do something to get your attention. And it'll just seem like it's out of the blue. Yeah. Garlic spicy crab legs. I know that's right. Yeah, they have to have your attention. Narcs do. It's like they can't and they won't stop until they get your attention, until you address them. Do I feel that you should ignore them? Absolutely. I feel like you shouldn't. I never did understand what that was about. People on here listening to people say foul things about them. I don't understand why people. I'm not interested in listening to to what somebody negative has to say about me. It's not like it's messages from spirit. And that's another thing I was going to talk to y'all about too. Is as far as like people that are saying outlandish things to you, you judge what's happening in your life spiritually because of those people? Um, no. They're not giving you any valuable information or input. You know, they're not prophets. They're not prophesizing anything. No. Yeah, they're not doing that. There's something totally different happening there. Okay. Some people, I guess they do. They place importance on what people say about them and what people say about people that they know. It's important to them, and I don't see how, because you're allowing people to manipulate you whenever they want to manipulate you. That's what they're going to do. That's what happens, but I don't know, you know. hmm So gray rock, I say go get you one of them smoky quartz crystals. I love smoky quartz crystal. That's some good stuff. Smoky quartz is very different from regular quartz crystal. It really is. And it does have a grayish like appearance. I feel like it is really good for protection, you know, protection and grounding and healing, you know. So hopefully that person will heal. I feel that people do need to heal, but the problem is that there are some people, you can give them all the healing energy that you want in the world, and it still ain't gonna be enough. You know what I mean? They're still gonna hate you. They're still gonna attack you. So that's why I don't believe in that returning curses with love and light. Sending them love and light ain't gonna do nothing because they're gonna turn it negative. I don't know what that is. Some people just turn everything into a negative. Some people turn things into a positive, you know? All right, guys, that's what I wanted to say about the Gray Rock method. Do I feel like it'll work? Maybe in 5 to 10% of narcissists, but some of the rest of them, they do have that Jim Jones effect about them, and they really, really love responding to drama. They love to that. That's something that really gets them going, is to have a nice argument. You can't talk to them about nothing, because everything that you talk about with them is going to turn into an argument, because they're never going to see your point. They're not going to see it. They're never going to understand like a normal person would understand. They'll just say okay, and they won't say anything else. It's like they don't see anybody else's point of view at all, even when you're talking about things that don't really affect them. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, y'all. I'm officially sleepy. I'm probably gonna sit here and fall asleep. I gotta get this work done though. It's just a little small thing that I gotta do. It can wait till the morning. I'm go over there and put it on St. Michael's altar and have him take care of it till I get done with the rest of it. Yeah, if you make plans with them, they usually go in the other direction. Yep. So, and being dependable on a job, I meant to find that video. That was a really good video that lady had put up. I'm gonna try to find it before I go to sleep. Being dependable for a job doesn't make you a dependable friend or emotional support or even lover. A lot of people think, oh, I can take care of business. But, I feel like sometimes you have to also be able to be emotionally available. Okay. Especially when it comes to close relationships. And I feel like there's some people that don't have the ability to do that. And then a lot of people allow that to damage them, and you shouldn't. Some people, it's just the way that they are, you know? If you got a serious situation where that person is threatening you, then that's different. But as long as they're where they are and you're where you're at, should be fine. It shouldn't be no problem. You know what I'm saying? Okay, y'all. Y'all have a good night. I'm about to fall asleep. Oh Lord, Saint Michael, Michael, come watch over this work. Let me put this. I'm get up right now and do it. Take it over here, right? Take it right over here to do this in the morning, first thing in the morning. Shit. I know when I've had my limit, and I need to wash my face because I put on makeup today. St. Michael, look after that work, after this work right here. I'll finish it in the morning. People right there, y'all just don't know. Honestly, I'm tell y'all something before I go. For some reason, I got like a second wind real quick. Let me tell y'all something. Uh, if y'all only knew the type of cases that I deal with. Oh, I deal with some pretty, pretty crazy cases. People throwing death magic and evil eye. A lot of money at stake too. A lot of money. You know, deal with greed. People being greedy for actual real money, property. People fighting over real estate. It's the kind of cases that I deal with. And they can be very tiring. Okay, it can be very. I'm exhausted. I am just exhausted, man. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night. Sleep tight. I'm definitely gonna be up before the eclipse. So all right, y'all. Peace out. Bye.